Hey everyone, how are you all doing today? It is March 25th, 2013, and today Jagex released the Wilderness Warbands update. Now, this is a members-only D&D that runs once every 8 hours. I got it confirmed from Mod Chris L. I heard it on the forums that it was once every 8 hours, but I just wanted to be sure and confirm it. But yes, it is once every 8 hours you can do this. And right now, it's very hectic. Now, this is my first impression of it. It's not exactly a full run-through of it or what you should do or how you should go about doing it, but this is what I got out of it from a first impression of doing it right when it released. Now, I happen to be on World 48, which is the 2400 plus world, and Mod Chris L actually spawned there and said, let's do this together, and he went with us, so that was pretty cool. Anyways, the first thing you do is at Edgeville, you'll see a new NPC right by the ditch to go to the Grand Exchange, and his name is Quercus, or Curcus, I don't really know what his name is, but he's a tree-looking dude, and crows fly out of his head, and is a pretty cool-looking NPC. But when you talk to him, he talks about the Wilderness Warbands, and what you do, and what it's all about. He doesn't really do anything, but he is the guy you cash in all your rewards to, so that's something you should know. But anyways, moving on to the actual Wilderness Warbands D&D. Once every 8 hours, you will get a message in your chat box, kind of like the Demon Flash mobs, and it will tell you a warband has appeared in blank, and it will be somewhere in the wilderness. I know there's a few locations it's at. Mine was at the Lava Maze, which was just east of the Lava Maze, so I grabbed my Lava Titan pouch and I ran that way. And it's actually a cool looking camp, but they're only active every 8 hours and only one of them is active, so you can run around the wilderness and see them inactive and all broken down, but once it's active, everything will become alive, the tents will go up, the people will spawn, there's an obelisk in the middle that you have to destroy or help with. So basically, what this is a new D&D where you can gain some XP and you can get some new rewards, and the main reward is the Wand of Treachery, which is the exact same thing as a Rim's Wand. Now, we don't know much about it because I don't think any are in the game right now as I'm making this video, so we're not really sure if there's any hidden effect to the wand or any extra damage, but I know it has the exact same stats as a Rim's Wand, so I'm estimating this wand to be around 15 to 25 mil, probably a little bit more right now because it's brand new and no one really knows what it does, but hopefully it has an effect like increased damage in the wilderness when you're maging or something like that, because I don't know why they would just create a wand that's the exact same as a wand that's already released, but nonetheless it requires 70 magic to wield, and it looks pretty cool. I haven't seen it in game, but the picture of it actually looks pretty cool, so I want to see what it looks like, and hopefully it'll have some kind of effect as a bonus, but that's the main reward you get from it. Otherwise, you can get supplies for construction, farming, herblore mining, and smithing, and you can get XP in prayer, summoning, and those listed skills that I just said before. So it's actually pretty decent for XP. If you can do it once every 8 hours, you might as well. If you're going for prayer or summoning, you can get 20k XP. Now, I'm not sure if that's based on any kind of ratio. I don't know if it's because I'm 99 that I got this XP, but if it's based around your level, then you might get a less amount of XP, but I got around 19k XP for summoning and prayer for sucking from the obelisk. Now, basically the first thing I did was run over to the camp, and pretty much Chris L was throwing out instructions for what people should do, but after reading the article on the homepage, I kind of had an idea. Now, basically, once you get there, there's going to be a little like cutscene of people fighting. It's not really a cutscene, but it's what you see when you get there. And you want to stay back from the camp because if you go inside of the camp, people will attack you and you won't get the XP for summoning and prayer. So you want to stay out and you kind of want to leech the middle obelisk. You just click on it from outside of the camp and you'll start leeching from it, kind of like the Runespan animation when you siphon from an S-Ling or S-Hound or whatever. So you'll do that, and after a bunch of people do it and a little bit of time goes by, you will take control of the obelisk, and you'll first gain prayer XP, and then you will gain summoning XP. You have to siphon from it twice, and then after that happens, the Saradomin people will come and attack the Zamorak people, and you have to defend the Zamorak people because it's the wilderness, so you run in and you attack all of the Sara people, and if you kill them in enough time, the boss won't spawn, but if you don't kill them, then the boss spawns and hits you harder because it has the minions around it. I'm not really sure on exactly what happens there because I've only done this once, and there's not much to read about it, only what we have on the homepage. So what I'm going from it is the boss will spawn if you don't kill all of the guys in a certain amount of time. But we happen to kill all of the guys. I didn't see a boss anywhere unless they killed it so fast that I didn't get a chance to look at it. But there was no boss around me, and after you kill the Sara guys or after you kill the boss, then you can loot from the tents. Now this is where things get interesting because first of all, when you go into the wilderness now around the warband area, it's all multi-combat, so everyone's multi turns on. I think you can turn it off. I didn't try, but I saw everyone had multi on. So basically, we all attacked the stuff, and then I started looting from the things, and that's where you can get the Wand of Treachery and the supplies that you can get and the rewards. Pretty much you use the little crate things that you get after you search the tents, and you have to run out, because once you have one of those things from the tents, once you have one of the loots or you have the wand, then you will have to run out of the wilderness because you can't teleport with the things. So you have to run for your life and hope no one kills you, and then go back to Quercus and then redeem your rewards. So that's how you have to do that. You can't teleport out if you have any of the rewards on you, and that's what makes it kind of interesting. But if you manage to get the wand, apparently you glow a certain color, and it gives a message to everyone, kind of a global message like a drop, and it says whoever has received the Wand of Treachery, and that way people know who has it, and they try to kill you, or they try to help you survive, and you run out of the wilderness, and hopefully you'll survive with it. But it makes it kind of a competition, and it's trying to bring back a revival of the wilderness, so to speak. So I think the point of this is to make people go into the wilderness and either try to PK, or just get involved with the wilderness a little bit more, because as you guys all know, since the EOC, the wilderness is pretty much dead. There's nothing much to do. They tried to do the bloodwood trees to make criminal bolts, but that kind of died out quick. And this D&D, I think, is also going to die out quick. Hopefully, it will get less bad with the PKers and raggers, because the first day, the first time I did it, the first one that ever was released, there was a bunch of raggers there, and they ended up killing the whole entire camp and everyone trying to get rewards from it. I really wanted to see how much XP you can get from the stuff, or what kind of reward you actually get from it. That's not the wand. And I was killed immediately after by raggers. I lost my Torags and stuff. Not a big deal at all. I actually didn't lose my Chaotic Maul like I'm usually known for, so I'm happy about that. But I did lose my Torags, which isn't a big deal. But I really wanted to know what you get from the rewards to show you guys. So until there's more information on it, you guys won't really know, from me at least, what the rewards are, how many of what materials you get, or how much XP you get for the skills. But all I know is you get around 20k XP at level 99 prayer and summoning for those things when you siphon from the obelisk. And after you kill the Sarah guys, then you just go around and you loot the tents. But my first opinion of this really is that it's an okay idea for a D&D, but once every 8 hours is a little extreme. I think maybe once every 2 or 3 hours might be a little bit better, because people aren't going to be in the wilderness until that point. So every 8 hours there's going to be PKers waiting in the wilderness and trying to kill you, and it kind of sucks that everyone gets a message saying, oh, the warbands are here, so the PKers know to gear up, camp at the spot that it's going to be at, and then kill everyone that's there and get free loot. Then it really sucks, because obviously that's the point of the D&D, but it really sucks because the people trying to get XP from it, the people trying to actually do the D&D, aren't going to survive, or are going to have a hard time completing it. So I think it's not a very well structured idea. I don't think it should be all entirely multi. Maybe if you can turn on single way combat, I didn't try yet again, but if you can, then that's a good idea, because there's going to be a lot of people attacking you. But I don't think you can, because I think that whole area is multi-combat. So it's pretty interesting. It's something different that we've never seen before. But right now, I don't think the rewards are worth losing your stuff. But if you go with one item and you try to just go there and experience it for the first time, then it's not a bad idea. Go out and try to do it. Go with a bunch of friends, because there's going to be a lot of PKers trying to kill you. There's PKers on every world. There was a lot on World 48, so I suggest staying away from there. But hopefully you guys can survive. Let me know in the comments below, or just in a message. Let me know what the rewards are from redeeming any of the crates that you get. So when you loot the smithing tent, or the mining tent, or the herblore tent, let me know what you get when you cash in the rewards from Quercus. And just tell me about that, because I'd love to know personally for myself to see if it's worth it. But right now, I don't think it's very worth it. It'll probably die down soon. I was talking to Mod Chriselle about extra stuff, and he PM'd me some things that I'll show the pictures of. And he just said that he thinks it's going to be a shit show pretty much for 2 weeks, because there's going to be a lot of PKers around. But hopefully, after the PKers kind of die down, there's only a few PKers that are trying to kill you, then the real concept of the warbands will show. But it really did kind of revive the wilderness a little bit, because I haven't seen many PKers around in the wilderness, and after this update, I saw many, and I actually died a few times because I tried to keep going back just to test it. But I kept getting ragged, and I kept dying, so I didn't have the best of luck. But it was pretty fun for a quick little run through, but I think it could be a lot better. Hopefully they'll have a way to increase the timer on it. Instead of 8 hours, maybe 2 or 3, because 8 is a little extreme. And maybe they'll add better rewards. I'm not really sure about the XP or the materials you get. Like I said, I don't know how good it is or if it's worth it. But right now, I don't think it's very worth it. I think this could have been done a little bit better, or a little bit more organized at least. but it is a cool actual event. Like when you get to the D&D, the camp is cool looking, the animations are cool, all of the NPCs use the EOC abilities, so I think that's a really cool concept because now we're finally starting to see the NPCs and the bosses that we fight to incorporate the new style of combat instead of just flicking at you or attacking you with a normal kind of attack style. Now you see them using the abilities that you can use, so I find that pretty interesting. So hopefully we can see more expanding on that kind of the NPC and bosses, but for this kind of thing, it's just strictly cool right now. I don't think it's worth it, but definitely go and try it out. It happens every 8 hours, so best of luck on finding it, and I hope you guys all survive. But that's my first impression of the Wilderness Warbands. It's an alright update. I think it could have done a little bit better. I think we could use some better things in the game than this right now, than a D&D that involves the wildy and not really a good reward. And it's pretty hard to get by now because of all of the raggers that get the message and go and kill you. So hopefully after the PKers die down, it might be good for XP, it might be fun. Who knows? We'll see, but this is my first impression of it. If you want to read more about the Wilderness Warbands update, I'll link the news post in the description below. And I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the next one. Later, everyone.